While we're on the topic of Caitlin Clark, while she was at the Chiefs game a couple weeks ago, it was the opening weekend for the Unrivaled Women's Basketball League. It's a 3-on-3 league with about 30 or 40 stars from the WNBA. It runs from now through like March, I believe, and there's a playoff tournament, and it's just like a alternative form of basketball that is supposed to run during the offseason of the WNBA. They offered Caitlin Clark $1 million contract, and she politely declined and said, I got to worry about getting healthy, getting rest in the offseason so I can worry about the WNBA team. I also think that if they offered her more money, she would have done it. I don't think Caitlin Clark is getting out of bed for $1 million a year, let alone playing in a whole other league in the offseason. And I understand the logic here. Unrivaled is 3-on-3. It's on a smaller court. It has different rules. Here are some of the rule changes. It's if you get fouled, you get one shot, period. If you get fouled on a 2-pointer, your one free throw is worth 2 points. If you get fouled on a 3-pointer, you get one free throw for 3 points. Like, we're literally just kind of making up rock and jock rules as we go. At this point, you might as well just have a peach basket worth 25 points, worth 50 points.
Try again for 50. He got it! Peyton has 75 points this quarter.
And Breanna Stewart and a bunch of these WNBA stars signed up to do it. And Caitlin Clark said, no. I understand that women's basketball is having a moment right now. I understand that this is a chance to push the women's game. I understand that these women also have to keep making money. Most of them are making like maybe $100,000 a year in the WNBA. And if they can pick up sponsorships and make money as an influencer and have another game check from Unrivaled, everybody wants more money. Everyone's got to make ends meet. I think it's tough to launch a second league when your first league is still struggling. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese drama, put it on the map. You got a couple more superstars, Asia Wilson. You got some more in college on the way. It's definitely growing. It will become something, down the road. But right now, it's like we already have one league hemorrhaging money that we're struggling to get audience. I don't think we need to fragment it by adding a second league. I don't know. Call me anti-feminist or say that I'm tone deaf or something. But to me, it's like I think everybody should be rowing in the same direction for one league to turn it into a profitable and popular organization. I think that's just going to take time, and it's just going to be the Caitlin Clark timeline. Her career will be what raises the WNBA, and not the alternative leagues that pop up. Like, these things just don't work. It's the XFL. The XFL is always going to fail. It's never, the only thing I think that has truly ever worked has been MMA. When the UFC came out, it was kind of like the XFL of boxing. But the difference was boxing was dead. Boxing was on the way out. It was the most corrupt. It was losing its star power. It wasn't delivering. Pay-per-views were disappointing. So all of a sudden, this new thing slides in, and it's more violent, and it's more aggressive. And it was like, we need this, as opposed to these other leagues are at their, football's at its peak popularity. Nobody wants second-rate football. You already have college. You don't need a league of like middle of the road players. They're not, good enough to make the league. They're too old to be in college. Nobody wants to watch that. And same thing with women's basketball. It's like, you're already getting the traction you're getting right now for the main league. I don't think there's much, there's not a fan out there that's like, oh, I don't like the WNBA, but I do like Unrivaled. I guess, more content is the name of the game these days, whether it's highlights, games, events, whatever. So, whatever is good for, as long as women's basketball is out there, maybe it, rising tides. But to me, it seems like it's an extra that is not even, with the main thing not being as popular yet. I can't imagine this second alternative version is going to be a big success either. And really, to be honest, if you were going to do it, you had to have Caitlin Clark. They released some quote being like, maybe down the line when it's the right time for her, she'll do it. I think the right time for her will be like when you offer her $10 million. then it'll be the right time. Until then, when you're making, $30 million from Nike and Lord knows what else endorsements, she's not even, it's not even like the WNBA is her main source of income. So I guess she would have made more money doing Unrivaled than she would have doing the WNBA. I know the Big Three offered her money. I know Dave Portnoy offered her $10 million to come play on the men's league, rec league team at Barstool.
Next door, Ice Cube offered $8 million, $5 million to play in the Big Three. I countered it by saying $10 million to be on our rec league team. Caitlin Clark's doing neither of those.
I wonder how high that number would have needed to go. If Dave Portnoy said to Caitlin Clark, like, I'll give you $50 million, but you got to play on a team with Dana Beers and White Sox Dave. Like, at some point, everyone's got a number. Yeah, you're the pioneer of women's basketball on this level of popularity. But I'll also just give you, mid 8 figures. You just got to deal with Dana Beers in the post. I wonder what number that would be. Clearly, it ain't $1 million because she didn't even flinch at that one, and nobody was even crying foul over it. Everyone was like, yeah, no, we get that. Like, no reason for Caitlin Clark to do that.